Thanks, Jim.
Thank
Appreciate it. Good afternoon. I'm Alan Rock. I'm founder and co-CEO of Moasure, and as Jim mentioned, we're based in the UK. Today, we're launching our motion sensor-based floor plan tool. So, what exactly is motion-based measuring? Well, instead of using a laser or a LiDAR, we don't use that, we don't use GPS. In fact, our device is completely self-contained. So this is a device. Instead, we use inertial motion sensors. That's accelerometers and gyros to you and me, to measure its own movement. So as I move the device around a room or around the exterior of a building, it calculates how far I'm moving it, which direction I'm moving it in, and it calculates that hundreds of times a second, and then determines from that where we are. So whenever I place it, the idea is you place the device stationary against walls or windows, doors, etc. And each time you place it stationary against the wall, it captures that position. So it knows exactly where it is in space relative to the starting point, all the way around the building or the room to the end. We started by shipping our first product, Moasure 1, back in 2019, and launched our second Moasure 2 series last year. And we've now shipped well over 100,000 devices, so it's well-proven technology. Our current customers are primarily in outdoor industries, landscapers and hardscapers, concrete and asphalt contractors, for example, playground installers, plus many, many more industries. And basically, wherever it's difficult to measure areas, elevations, volume gradients, using traditional tools, with Moasure, it's easy. Our Moasure technology is unique, it's a patented technology, and we're really pleased that around the world it's been recognized with a number of innovation and fast growth awards. And while the majority of our customers, as I say, measure outdoors, there's a significant percentage of our customers who also measure property, both indoors and outdoors. And over the years, we've been asked many times, can Moasure create a floor plan? And to date, the answer has always been no. But I'm pleased to say that today we're launching Moasure LX1, which is a revolutionary new way of creating a floor plan. This is the Moasure LX1 device. It's a piece of hardware, and it works in conjunction with our existing Moasure companion app. And it contains the same motion sensor measuring engine as in our current Moasure 2 Pro device, combined with a laser distance measure. And fusing those two technologies together enables LX1 to provide the speed and ease of use of our motion sensor measuring technology with the accuracy of a laser. So what can we do with LX1? Well, the first thing is it measures and draws simultaneously. So you get to see the floor plan drawing in real time as you're measuring, going around a room or going around the exterior of the building. Once you've finished measuring, you have the floor plan available immediately, instantly. So you can print it out, you can export it, you can import it into your favorite appraisal software. One thing is that our motion sensing technology enables the measurement of irregular shaped rooms to be just as easy as measuring up a regular rectangular or L-shaped room. And then the other things are that LX1, although it contains a laser, it's not reliant on direct line of sight. So we get just as accurate measurements if you're inside in a room, if you've got obstacles such as furniture, maybe if you're wanting to capture windows and doors and the edges of the windows and doors are obscured by curtains or blinds, we don't suffer from any of those problems. You can export your floor plan, as I mentioned, immediately after finishing your device in one of a number of common formats. When measuring interior rooms, the Moasure LX1 is accurate to within plus or minus 1 inch. And although what you're going to see this afternoon is an example of measuring indoors, LX1 lends itself to measuring the exterior of a building just as easily. So let's show you how it works in practice. So I've got this video, which I'm going to run through. It's easier than measuring this ballroom. By the way, we could measure this ballroom with all of the details if we wanted, but I'm just going to show you two rooms of a house. So what we got down the right-hand side is the screen recording from the smartphone that the app is running on. So Regan, if I can get this to run how I want it to run, Regan will start. So she's got the LX1 device. She's going to place it against a known point in the room. In this case, the thermostat. Now, what I want to point out is at the bottom of the screen, as I say, this is exactly what Regan was seeing when we videoed this. You've got a number of icons: wall, door, window, stairs, wardrobe, and you'll see how they get used in a second. So Regan moves from that point to the edge of the door. She now taps on the door icon. You can see, oh, where have we gone to? Oh dear, dear, dear. Let me go back to where we were. Here we go. She's going to tap on the door icon. It then goes to the other end of the door. And you see it's drawn a door. Now I'm just going to pause again. Hopefully I can pause. It's drawn in sliding doors. It's done that automatically from the width of the door. It's chosen what it thinks might be the right door type. But if it's not the right door type, we just change that afterwards. Now if I can get going again, I'm pausing here because now she's at the start of the window. So not only is the LX1 device know where it is located in the room, but it now fires off automatically the laser, which measures the width of the window at the same time. So it means that Regan doesn't need to measure the other side of the window. She goes straight to the following wall, which you can just see there. And you can see it drawing in real time. She's going back to that wall as she's going around the room. She comes to a door, she taps on the door icon, tells it it's a door, go to the other side of the door, then goes past the fridge, freezer, cupboard to this new wall here. Then she's going to the one side of this door frame. The laser captures the width of the door frame, so she moves on to the next wall. And I'm just going to pause there just to explain. She doesn't need to go in the corners of the room. The corners of the room are very often inaccessible. But what the device is doing is it's measuring, it calculates the plane of each wall. So as you've got two walls that come together, it extrapolates exactly where each corner is. So it makes it much easier, much faster to measure up rooms. And this could just as equally be the exterior of the building. Now here we've got an open doorway into the sitting room area. That's going to be treated as a separate room. So it draws in an open doorway. Just capture these two short walls in the corner there. Capture the width of this window. The laser fires again, measures the window width. So onto the next wall. And we go around. We've got another window, which we capture. Laser again measures the width of the window. And then we just capture that last wall and come back to the place we started, which was the thermostat. And we've got the room. And now what Regan's doing is just measuring the ceiling height using the laser. So that's the first room, and she's now going to stitch the second room on via that open doorway. So she just places it against the open doorway again, and then starts measuring the second room in exactly the same way. So we don't need to measure the corners. She places it on the left-hand side of that French doors. The laser's already measured the width of the door, so she's onto the next wall. And it's not showing them as French doors, but we'll change them as French doors afterwards. We've got a recess window here, so we just place it on the glass so it knows exactly where that window is, and then bring it back again. And again, we can equally capture recessed bookshelving, just capture where that is, or wardrobes, built-in cupboards, just as quickly. Now, if we didn't want to capture windows and doors, then we'd literally just skip them. You don't have to capture them, obviously, but you can capture the level of detail that you're interested in. And then we're just going to capture this last door. And there we have it. So we've measured those two rooms in under 2 minutes per room, and capture the ceiling. And I should have stressed that that was recorded in real time. There are no edits and cuts. We have the two rooms there. Gives us the area in square footage, and we can change the room numbers. We can change the door and window types. If there were staircases, we could change the staircase type, etc. So it gives us a proper floor plan, not just simply an outline. But if you wanted simply an outline, you could do that, and it would be even quicker. If you wanted just the exterior walls of the whole house, then you literally walk through the house, just touch on the exterior walls only, and it'll extrapolate the walls and give you the corners, give you the area of the whole floor area. So some of the reasons why you might consider Moasure LX1. Well, firstly, there's no pen and paper involved. There's no more transcription errors, getting those numbers back to front or anything. No more when you go back to the office to draw it up, finding that you can't jigsaw the rooms together. Instead, as I said, as you can see, it draws as it measures. You know exactly what you've got instantly after the end of the measurement, and crucially before you leave the property. It handles cluttered spaces. It handles rooms with lots of furniture, especially if they're obscuring corners of the room, etc. Just as easily. And then importantly, once you purchase the hardware device, there are no more costs. So printing floor plans, exporting floor plans, importing floor plans into your appraisal software are all free. And with that, I'd just like to thank you for your time, and I think we've probably got some time for questions. So are there any questions? No? I can't believe I've done that good a job. In that case, thank you very much.